The equation above represents a parabola in the xy plane. Which of the following equivalent forms of the equation displays the x-intercepts of the parabola as constants or coefficients? So a parabola is just the name of a U-shaped graph of a quadratic function. And we saw that parabolas can either open upward or they could even be upside down. So that's what a parabola is. Now, the question here is asking which of these equivalent forms. So that means we can take this equation and rewrite it in any of these ways. But we want to make sure that the way that we select displays the x-intercepts of the parabola as constants or coefficients. So the first thing that comes to mind here is when you're looking for x-intercepts, we have to factor a quadratic equation. So, and we've seen over and over again that to factor quadratic equations, we use the x games and we say product, which is a times c, and sum, which is the b value. So the a value for this equation is 1, the b value is -6, and the c value is +8. So for the product, it'll be 1 times 8, and that's 8, and the sum is -6. So our goal is to find two numbers that when multiplied will give us a +8. Then when we add those numbers together, we get a -6. So I typically go in order, but just in the interest of time, I'm going to tell you that it's 2 times 4. That gives us an 8. However, when you add these together, we don't get a -6. That means we have to play around with the signs for these two numbers. So another way to get a +8 is if we made both of these negative. -2 times -4 is still -8. It's still +8. However, -2 minus 4 gives us the -6 that we wanted. So we know for a fact that this is the pair we're looking for. And we can write this as x minus 2 and x minus 4. So this is called the factored form. This is the factored form of this quadratic equation, and as you can see, that makes D the answer to this question.